efforts. In today's lecture, we will see the physical constant. In physical constant in your syllabus, they are enlisted different physical constant like sapnification value, iodine value, acid value, then acetyl value, Richard Messel value, okay, and ester value. These all physical constant they have mentioned for your syllabus. Okay, in today's lecture we will see the Richard Messel value and Polinsky value. Okay, and after complete watching of this video, student can able to explain what is Richard Messel value, how to calculate it, what is the procedure for calculating this Richard Messel value as well as Polinsky value. Okay, now let's start the video. What is the objective here? Introduction. Richard Messel value refers to the number of milliliter of 0.1 normal NaOH solution required to neutralize the steam volatile water soluble fatty acid distilled from oil or fat under precise specified condition. Okay, it is the measure of water soluble steam volatile fatty acids, chiefly butyric and caproic acid present in oil or fat. Polinsky value refers to the number of milliliter of 0.1 normal NaOH solution required to neutralize the steam volatile water insoluble fatty acid distilled from oil or fat under precise specified condition. Polinsky value is measure of steam volatile and water insoluble fatty acids, chiefly capric and lauric acid present in oil or fat. Okay, in this Richard Messel value, what is the definition for Richard Messel value? Definition is number of milliliter of 0.1 normal NaOH required to neutralize the steam volatile water soluble fatty acid distilled from oil or fat under precise specified condition. Means here in this case what we have to do, how to perform or how to calculate this Richard Messel value. Richard Messel value, it is calculated from for fat or oil sample. Okay, means in the oil or fats oil sample there is a volatile fatty acid present, volatile fatty acid. So this Richard Messel value is particular designed or it is used of to calculate volatile water soluble fatty acids. Means those the compound which has in the fat or oil has property to volatile fatty acid and which is water soluble. This value is nothing but the Richard Messel value. Okay, so first of all we will see in the next part what is the experimentation, how to calculate, how to operate this particular apparatus. These all things we will see one by one. But so now you have to keep in mind that Richard Messel value is particularly used to calculate the volatile water soluble fatty acid. Okay, this is one thing you should keep in mind for this Richard Messel value. Okay, whereas what is the Polinsky value? Polinsky value refers to the number of milliliter of 0.1 normal aqueous NaOH solution required to neutralize the steam volatile water insoluble but it is water insoluble fatty acid distilled from oil or fat under precise specified condition. Okay, means this Polinsky value is particularly useful for to calculate the volatile but water insoluble fatty acid. Okay, here volatile but water insoluble, whereas Richard Messel value is water but fat that is volatile but water fat water soluble. Okay, this is the difference between this Richard Messel value and Polinsky value. Then what is the principle? The material is saponified by heating with glycerol and sodium hydroxide solution and then split by treatment with dilute sulfuric acid. The volatile acid are immediately steam distilled. The soluble volatile acid in the distill are filtered out and estimated by titration with standard sodium hydroxide solution. The condenser, the 25 ml cylinder and the receiver used in the Richard Missile value determination are washed into the filter paper through which the distill was filtered for the determination. After rinsing, the residue on the filter paper is taken up with ethyl alcohol and titrated with standard sodium hydroxide solution. First of all, we have to take fat as a fat sample. In after taking that fat or oil, for which we have to determine the Richard-Meiser value or Polinsky value. So first of all, we have taken that fat and or oil as a sample, test sample. Then this fat or oil is treated with whom? With glycerol and sodium hydroxide solution. So then after that this NaOH solution and glycerol treatment, we have to again this particular sample we have to treat with acid for neutralizing. Okay, and then we have to treat or heat of that particular sample so that the volatile acid are immediately steam distilled. So through steam distillation we have to volatilize that test sample, so that vapors of that fatty acid or samples that get evaporated and distillated out in the receiver. Means we can take that volatiles or steam distillated sample in the receiver where we can collect that all the sample. Then we have to again we have to rinse that particular apparatus, and we have to filter that samples. After filtration, whatever residue is remaining on that filter paper, that also we have to wash with the help of ethyl alcohol, so that because ethyl alcohol is an organic solvent, so whatever residues are present in there, they can solubilize in the ethyl alcohol, and that should be in test sample. And that test sample, after this all treatment, we have to titrate with the standard NaOH solution. Okay, so that we can get the some reading. From that reading, we put that reading into the calculation formula for Richard-Meiser number, and we get the Richard-Meiser value for that particular fat or oil sample. This is simple principle of this Richard-Meiser calculation. Then again next is the requirement apparatus, how to assemble that apparatus, what are the different parts of that apparatus we have to required, what are their dimensions, why they are required in particular dimension. This part we will see. In this apparatus we required flat bottom boiling flask. The flask A shall be made of resistance glass. You can look at the screen where you can see the A flask, right side of your screen. F, which is flask number A, which is made from resistance glass, so that avoid any bumping or any breakage of that particular glass, so that this glass is made up from the resistance glass. This is this first apparatus part. Then steel head means above that flask, above the A flask, which is steel head. The steel head B, where they have indicated B, that steel head is condensed or is connected with another condenser with C, and after that D part is your collector, or we can say the receiver part. In this steel head, the steel head shall be made of glass tubing of wall thickness 1.25 plus minus 0.25 mm, a rubber stopper fitted below the bulb of the longer arm of the steel head and used for connecting it to the flask shall have its lower surface 10 mm above the center of side hole of the steel head. They have mentioned like what is a dimension part of that steel head B, which is 1.25 plus minus 0.25 mm in wall thickness of that particular steel head. Then 10 mm which is 10 mm above from that flask A. This all the dimension part they have mentioned. Then next is a condenser. The condenser C shall be made of glass. See, you can look at the screen where you can see the part C is the condenser part. Then receiver is the D shall be flask with two graduation marks on the neck. On the D is the receiver or which looks like that flask, conical flask. Okay, and on that flask they mentioned the different mark, 2 marks, 100 ml marks, and another is for 110 ml marks they have mentioned on the that receiver mark. Then asbestos board, an asbestos board 120 diameter, 6 in thickness, with a circular hole about 60 in diameter shall be used to support the flask or the burner. Whereas for support to that a flask which is kept on that asbestos board, and which is made from 120 diameter, 6 in thickness, with circular hole about 60 in diameter. That circular hole from which they have heat is providing to that flask A. This is the part for this steam distillation. Richet Missel distillation apparatus. We can say the apparatus name is Richet Missel distillation apparatus. And last one is the Bunsen burner. Bunsen burner is for to heat the sample, to provide the heat to that particular test sample. Bunsen burner is they have shown that Bunsen burner. This is the Richard Missel distillation apparatus. You should keep in mind the different parts, what is the dimensions of that apparatus, and how to operate, where to put the sample, and then how to heat. After heating, that sample is evaporated or volatilized, and that is collected into the receiver in the D part of that flask. Okay, this is the apparatus part of this Richard Missel apparatus. Next is the reagents. What are the different reagents required to in this particular experiment? In this, glycerin, just we have seen in the principle, glycerin, NaOH, standard NaOH, concentrated NaOH, this all. Then acid H2SO4 also required for the neutralization of that test sample. This all the different reagents we required for this experiment. In this reagents, glycerin, concentrated NaOH solution. Concentrated NaOH solution, they have mentioned like 50% weight by weight. How to prepare 50% weight by weight? 50% means we have to weight 50 gram of NaOH, and that should be dissolved in 100 ml or up to 100 ml in in this particular flask. Okay. Means you have to weight 50 gram of NaOH, and that should be dissolved up to 100 ml up to mark. This is concentrated NaOH solution. 50% dissolve NaOH in equal weight of water and store the solution in a bottle protected from carbon dioxide. Use the clear portion free from deposit. Means it should be solubilized, and use clear portion of this concentrated NaOH solution. Then pumice stone grains, that is 1.4 to 2 in diameter, that is required for at the time of heating to the sample. It is generally used pumice stone grain to avoid the bumping or that excess heat. Okay, then dilute H2SO4 solution. Dilute H2SO4 solution means you have to prepare one normal H2SO4 solution. You should you can see this different procedure, how to prepare the one normal H2SO4 solution, how to prepare the 0.1 normal NaOH solution, how to calculate the normal and molar solution. You should see yourself this type of calculation part, or how to prepare the different reagents. Here for this experiment we required glycerin, concentrated NaOH solution 50%, pumice stone grain, then diluted H2SO4 solution 1 normal, standard NaOH solution 0.1 normal, then phenolphthalein indicator, dissolve 0.1 gram of phenolphthalein in 100 ml of 60% rectified spirit. In the 100 ml 100 ml of 60% spirit, means in 100 ml 60% rectified spirit we have to dissolve 0.1 gram of phenolphthalein, and then ethyl alcohol 90% volume by volume neutral to phenolphthalein, means this ethyl alcohol or ethanol we required for this carry out this experimentation. Then what is the procedure for this calculating the RM value? You can see the weigh accurately 5 plus minus 0.0 0.01 gram of filtered oil or fat into the boiling flask. First of all, we have to weigh 5 gram plus minus 0.01 gram of the filtered oil or fat into the boiling flask, that is A. In your apparatus A flask, you should take this sample, then add 20 gram of glycerin. In this, then we have to add 20 gram of glycerin, then add 2 ml of concentrated NH solution. Then we have to add 2 ml of concentrated NH solution from a burette to which excess of carbon dioxide is prevented and whose orifice is wetted before running in the liquid. The first few drops from the burette being rejected. Heat the flask means this all other part, this glycerol concentrated NaOH we have to add from the burette, and first 2 to 3 drop off from that we have to rinse, or you should not take into the test sample. This should be rejected. Then heat the flask and its content with continuous shaking on gauze over the naked flame until the fat, including any drops adhering to the upper part of the flask, has been saponified and the liquid becomes perfectly clear. Then we have to heat that sample continuously shaking so that all the mixture of that part, it should become clear, means up to clear that till your sample is not becomes clear, up to that point you have to heat the sample. Okay, then avoid overheating during the saponification. Cover the flask with a watch glass and allow the flask to cool a little. Then you have to you should not overheat of that sample. After complete clearance of that your test sample, then you have to cool that sample, and after during that you have to keep watch glass onto that flask, and after cooling add 90 ml of boiling distilled water. After cooling we have to add 90 ml of distilled water. Which one is boiling distilled water? Okay, sorry, boiling. Add a 90 ml of boiling distilled water which has been vigorously boiled for about 15 minutes, and that should be 90 ml boiling water. It should be heated or boiled for 15 minutes before that. Then after through mixing, the solution should remain clear. If the solution is not clear, indicating incomplete saponification. Means if the solution is not clear, means your saponification is not completed, or is darker than light yellow, indicating overheating. Repeat the saponification with a fresh sample of the oil or fat. If the sample is old, the solution may sometimes be dark and not clear. Okay, means if the sample is old one, then your solution may becomes sometimes be more darker. Okay, then add 0.6 to 0.7 gram of pumice stone grain and 50 ml dilute sulfuric acid. Then we have to add 0.6 to 0.7 gram of pumice stone grain, and then add 50 ml of dilute sulfuric acid, and immediately connect the flask with the distilling apparatus. Then we have to connect this after this flask to the distilling apparatus after adding the acid. Place the flask on the asbestos board. Asbestos board we have seen in the apparatus. On that A flask, below the A flask, the asbestos board is kept there. After the fatty acid have melted and separated into a clear liquid, layer on gentle warning. Heat the flask without altering the flame so that 110 ml of liquid is distilled over in the course of 19-21 minutes. Then we have to heat the assemble that particular sample, means steam distillation apparatus. Heat all that test sample 19 to 20 minutes. After 19 to 20 minutes, all the part test sample that get evaporated or volatilized into the collecting flask or receiver, means up to 110 ml of that content is volatilized and that collected into the receiver. Okay, the distillation is considered to begin when the first drop forms in the still head. Keep the water flowing in the condenser at a sufficient speed to maintain the temperature of the outgoing water from the condenser between 15 to 20 degrees Celsius. Collect the distillate in a graduation flask. Then means they have mentioned precaution like through that condenser you should keep to water flow, so that temperature of that condensation is kept between 20 degrees, but means 20 to 15 to 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, as soon as 110 ml of ml have distilled over, stop heating the boiling flask and replace the graduated flask by measuring cylinder of about 20 ml capacity to catch washings. Then you should that particular receiver you should keep aside, and there should place 25 ml of measuring cylinder, so that remaining part it is called as washing part, that should be catched in that 25 ml cylinder. Close the graduation flask with the stopper, then without making the content, place it into water bath 15 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. Then we have to keep that part for cooling into the water bath for 15 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes, making sure that 110 ml of graduation mark is below the level of water. Then that part, or that 110 ml of graduation mark is below the level of that water. Then swirl round the content of the flask from time to time, dry the outside of the flask, and then mix the distillate by closing the flask and inverting it 4 or 5 times, but do not shake. Filter through a, then you should keep on that part on the flask cap, and it should be mix looks like upper and invert movement for 4 to 5 time, so that all the content which is stick to that flask, it get mixed. Okay, then again dry the outside of the flask, then mix the distillate by closing the flask, inverting it, we have seen just. Then filter this content which is mixed one. Filter through the dry Whatman number 4 filter paper. Reject the first 2-3 ml of filtrate and collect the rest in dry flask. Then filter through Whatman number 4 filter paper, so that first 3 to 4 ml of that filtrate, it should be avoided, and take another remaining part into the dry flask. And then pipette 100 ml of the filtrate in a titration flask, add 0.1 ml of phenolphthalein indicator solution and titrate with standard 0.1 normal NaOH solution. Then pipette 100 ml of that content, then add 0.1 ml of phenolphthalein indicator solution and titrate with 0.1 normal NaOH solution until the liquid becomes slightly pink. Then you should also take blank reading, and this is the procedure for this. This is the RMA value, Richard Messel number. Okay, then you can see Polanski value, which is calculated for volatile water insoluble fatty acid. Okay, this should you can see yourself Polanski value. In your syllabus they are mentioned like Richard Messel value only. You can see another part Polanski value for your knowledge purpose. Then what is the calculation? Then calculation, Richard Messel value is equal to A minus B into N into 11. It is the calculation formula for Richard Messel value. A volume is in ml of NaOH solution required for the test. M is means for your test sample, what is the period reading, how much ml is consumed for neutralizing that fatty acid, it is A. Then B volume in ml NaOH solution required for blank, B is for blank, and N is normality of NaOH solution. You can mention that there normality of NaOH solution into 11 is the factor. Okay, this is the Richard Messel value. Calculation formula is A minus B into N into 11. A volume for fatty acid NaOH solution, B for blank, and N for normality of NaOH solution. Then how to report the result and references here. Result and inference. The mean of duplicate result should be reported. The difference between the result of two determination carried out simultaneously or in rapid succession by the same analyst repeatability shall not exceed 0.5 in case of Richard Messel value and 0.1 in case of Polinsky value. The RM value of Polinsky value of 0.1 fat is given below. Okay, means here what they have mentioned, like you have to carry out you have to take two reading for different, means first reading, if you are tested first 5 gram for 5 gram fatty acid, then you have to take another reading for another 5 gram fat acid sample. Okay, this two reading you have to take. Okay, and the mean of that two reading you have to take during the calculation of Richard-Meisel's value. Okay, and you also take the blank reading, means omitting that sample, your fat. Okay, you have to omit that fat or oil sample, and you have to take the blank reading. Okay, and this A minus B means that test sample reading minus blank sample reading. This is required in the calculation of Richard-Meisel value. Okay, and they have mentioned like different Richard-Meisel value, like ghee. For ghee, there is the Richard-Meisel value is 22 to 34, which is between 22 to 34. Coconut oil, which is between 6 to 8. Palm kernel oil, which is between 5 to 7. This is the Richard-Meisel value. Okay, and this is required, means from this we can calculate the Richard-Meisel value. You can check whether your sample is adulterated or not. Okay, this is the significance or application of this Richard-Meisel value. We can put, or we can apply this Richard-Meisel value for ghee, for butter, for then this coconut oil, different fats, so that we can get the idea whether your sample is pure or adulterated one. So this is the application or significance of this Richard-Meisel value. This is all about Richard-Meisel value under your analytical constant.